This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of...
This is an interview.
Sanctioned by the
co-leader of the problematic philosophy.
That's a beat.
Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the
Doing Fest.
All other weapons are restricted.
If you don't like problematic profanity.
What's this?
Watch your profanity.
Right, I'm sorry.
Crude Humor. And Silly Satire.
This is very, very bad. Excuse me.
Jesus, I forgot I included that.
Hunted?
Granted immunity.
Oh, okay.
And shall not be harmed.
Interesting. Just kidding, you will be hunted.
You will be destroyed.
Absolutely. Destroyed.
Dead. Demolished.
Ha ha.
LOL.
Commencing
I
at
told
the
you, this
siren,
shit's so
any
long,
and
I'm
all
sorry.
crime, including murder.
is so
illegal
long.
for 12 continuous hours.
forgot how long it was.
Police, fire, and emergency medical services.
Oh, you can laugh, it's all good.
Until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when
The interview finally ends. Thank God.
Hell yeah, brother, mother, sister, daddy.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
God is dead.
Alright, let's fucking go. Open the bunker.
Please open the bunker. Open the bunker.
Open. Here we go, baby.
Hell yeah. Yo, welcome. This is another episode. God bless America, everyone. God bless Problematic Philosophies. I am here. I am joined by two conjoined guests. Really creepily. I was walking outside the bunker, minding my own business, and then I was like, what the fuck is that? Honestly, I was just like, what the all right. But I am humbled. We're in Pride Month, so I had to be, as inclusive as possible. Even though I fucking hate the gays, but it's all good. So whatever, Yeah. Would y'all like to introduce yourselves for the audience out there?
Hello, this is Connor over here. Connor Obar. Some may say.
And I'm Luna. That's really all I go by. One name, just like Cher.
Dang, like an entity. That's like a business entity.
Yep.
Just Connor and Luna. Kuna. Wow, what are you on to? Oh my God, is that's or it could be like Lanner. Lanner, come get your breakfast. Did you feed the llamas, Lanner? God damn it. Well, y'all, it is so beautiful to hear your conjoined voices once again. Even though I've never heard Luna, I've never heard your voice, but yeah, there's a first for everything. I have not, and this will be the last time. I know, Connor, this is a regular thing. You're like, oh fuck, you found me again. Shit.
This time I'm somehow conjoined, so I guess
Oh shit, here we go again.
It's happening yet again, but conjoined this time. Well, I've heard from you guys, both of y'all, that you're working on a project. You've been working on something, cooking something up in simmering summer. What is that? Is it give me the Carfax a little bit, like run me down from when it started. Give me the chronological timeline from when it started, from when you were born all the way to right now. Are you ready? Here it is. Give me the Carfax.
Well, the Carfax, I mean, yeah, we've pretty much just been working on this little but not little album we have going on here. We've been, just the other day we were like re-listening to old stuff, and we just realized that the first one that we were like working on for this album was back in when, like
August or September of last year.
Yeah. So we've been just like working on this pretty much, I think, since like halfway through quarantine, really.
Dang, that's a whole project. So it's been almost it's coming up to almost like a year now of like kind of like compiling this. Would you say it is music, a renaissance, a fanfare? Who is it out of? Is it more of a tragedy? Is it a romance? Is it more of a seance of music and terms? How would you describe this yet again?
Then I want to you take away on that there.
It's 15 songs about 15 different things that piss us off.
Yo, get mad at stuff already. So what pisses you off the most?
Oh my god. Everything.
You have 10 seconds.
Mean people.
All right, that's one.
Connor.
That's 1 point. You gotta get more than 1 point.
More than politicians.
Okay, that's two.
Organized religion. I don't know.
That's three. All right, bye. It's nice. All right, thank you for your good guess. Thank you for your time, everyone. We will see you next time on this show. They can't count. No one can count on this show, especially me. I'm illiterate. So it's basically an ode to everything that has destroyed and led to literally the pandemic, but in a different way. It's like a social drain, and it's an exhaustion of these systems that are in place, like you said. Hateful people, really disgusting people, politicians. I'm gonna say naughty Normans. I mean, not Mormons, naughty normies. My bad. Oh, we can say religion,
you
right?
said naughty Mormons.
That's what I thought.
Naughty Mormons. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Naughty Mormons. Yeah. I love them. Oh wait, gotta cut that out. Who else we got there? Y'all hate. There's nothing about animals, right? You don't. Y'all
No, I'm vegan.
Oh, you're vegan?
Yes.
God dig it. All right. Well, here's a frog fact for you. Let's see, what else can you hate? Let's see. How about is there anything about hating like a specific experience? Because these are all things like I'm pretty sure they're based on experiences with these things, like the religion, politicians, and everything. Their experiences. But is there anything that is like a very specific point of time that happened last year when y'all were working on this project?
For me, because I've been spending a lot of the time working on the instrumentals of this project, and I've kind of been like pretty much using it as a way to like put in any of like the nightmarish times I've had on like psychedelics or like just horrible times in general. Just try to like put it into like a form of audio, I guess, to try to kind of just like put a timestamp on how I felt in that moment.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a lot of that. So it's like a lot of it is like very personal and just, I don't know. We've been working on it for a long time, and like there's just a lot of energy put into it.
I could tell, yeah, especially with so much concentrated energy with it. And we've been in conversation about psychedelics and like the effects of it. And since you're working on the musicality of it and the instrumentation and it being more personal to you, do you find it more leaned toward, or I guess like heavy musically and like sound wise to psychedelics, because like psychedelic rock or anything like that, or is it more free flowing and not restricted to a certain genre or subgenre? I
would say it's definitely a bit more like free flowing, but also then again it is like different every other time. I feel like there's always something different. Like that's why even in those times, like I'm working on songs for this project in it, and lost my train of thought there.
Yo, it's a crazy train out there. Second time it came out. My bad.
I know. I feel like I'm still getting used to like conversating with people after the whole pandemic. Like it's been so long since socializing has been going on. I feel
it's also because like I asked like 4 faceted questions, and I'm just like, it's like, how's your day today? What's your social security?
Oh, that's
and then,
an
like
easy
the
one.
last it's like the last question is like the one to throw everyone off. They're like, wait, what the fuck do I answer? Okay, I'll try to limit my questions because I have so much to like ask. You know.
No, please do not limit yourself. Ask us anything.
Ask away.
I'm limiting my personality because I'm too much. I'm too intense for people. Okay.
No, it's impossible.
I know. Is it? How about this? What are your individual influences to the album, to the sound of the album and everything?
That's such a good question because I feel like I should have thought about this, but I don't, or like I didn't.
Yeah, good questions. I'm on a roll, baby.
I don't know, because I feel like my voice changed so much just in recording this and like the EP that we recorded shortly before it. So I just wanted to get as angry as possible with my voice. So definitely the vocalist of Gougeway and the vocalist of Circe. I love them. They're amazing.
Nice. Okay, so we have some very specific points to recall. All right. And it was like the angstiness, or is it kind of like the timbre of the voice that you're going for? Which one would you kind of like lean towards influence, or is it the lyrics and like the writing?
I don't know. I don't feel like the lyrics really like go with those bands. You know what I mean? Like it's not similar to those bands, but definitely the way the voices are. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like I would say I'm pretty sure it's like Mongolian throat singing, if anything. And like that two tone, and then like Connor's definitely like saying with the sitar and just like
oh yeah, of course.
Hell yeah. Do y'all explore like, or within the project and like kind of working on it and evolving the project, not just with your lived experiences throughout quarantine and the stretch in the timeline of from then in August and the fall of last year to like right now about to like release the project, have you kind of like evolved the sounds of the album and the tracks that are kind of like in the project, because you already mentioned like your voice has changed a lot and you kind of like are kind of like finding like a niche for each song, or kind of like going back to I don't know if y'all like re-recorded anything or like kind of like retract it, but have y'all found yourself kind of like restructuring the project, or like how songs come out, remastering it, remixing it, or even trying new things within the sound?
Yeah, definitely. Because like even with like the older stuff we released, it was kind of more in like I guess a straightforward like hardcore punk type sound. With this album, it's taken a turn to a lot more of just like, I guess like a noisy, chaotic metal type sound, and like we've definitely gone in and like gone at songs that we thought we were done with, but then like changed the tone with it to try to kind of match it to the stuff we were ending the album on.
Right, yeah.
Because it kind of all came out, I feel, mostly in like chronological order for the most part.
Oh, nice. So y'all didn't like kind of like do like a re-listen, be like, oh, I want to like move this song there, or are there like any interludes within the project or the album that you're working on? Like, is there like kind of like a flow to where you're like, hey, kind of want to like blend these and kind of like do a crossfade with one of them?
Yeah, I feel like there's certain songs that when we wrote them just like with no order in mind, and just for some reason they flowed into each other really well. But then there were other songs where we're like, no, this has to be at the beginning because it's just punchy and people need to hear this as the first song, or this has such a good ending, this needs to be the end of the album.
That's a good flow with it. Yeah. Oh, this, okay, here's another question with it. It's like regarding like the flow of the album and everything. Have y'all when you're writing the songs, and you mentioned like it was chronological, did one of the songs kind of influence the other one in the domino effect where like this song is going to relate to that song, or are they all individual pieces that could be almost like standalone singles with it?
There's definitely a few. Like there's one song on the album that was initially going to be 2 songs, and then we pretty much just combined them into this absurd 9-minute long song.
Oh man, is that okay? So that's at the time length of the songs?
Not as an overall, just that's probably the longest one. Like the overall length is close to like what, 3 to 4 minutes.
Right.
I would say even shorter for some of them. Yeah. So
did you like split up any songs that were like extended and you're like, let's just split this up into like 2 songs? Not
really. I would say there was some that like we definitely knew off the bat they needed to go into something like with a specific tone, because we would do some songs that were just like straight, like almost like noise tracks, and we would just kind of know that it needs to go into something like really heavy and like punchy, like straight out of it. So we'd kind of have an idea of what we're going for with each next song a little bit.
Right. You're like, I just want to like slap him with my foot. I hate you, but like you slap him with it. Okay, so since y'all started like forming this project and kind of like sculpting it into this release, how do y'all see the performance aspect of it? Because like it's kind of been contained within within all its angst and within all its energy that y'all have put into the project itself and the music and the dynamic of each song. How do y'all want to translate that into the performance aspect, if you want to perform it in any way, or like what kind of energy would you want to put forward with that? Would it be like you gotta perform the whole album kind of thing, or would you be like, yeah, there's these specific songs that will blend and be a set, like that is a set that you would perform at like a venue or like a backyard show?
Yeah, I feel like we're planning on picking just a handful of songs, especially because some of them are like 5 minutes, 9 minutes, or whatever.
How damn.
But it's that, and then also just making sure that they flow together really well. We don't just want to do like random song that doesn't sound put together.
Just like a bunch of like a compilation of just like random sounds, like like it's like a noise band or something from Hesperia. could definitely work out there. All right. So here's the next thing. Y'all already do performances again, right? What kind of you could perform with anyone, but what kind of set or like a lineup would y'all prefer to be with? Like sound of music wise, a genre, or just like literal bands you know of?
I mean, overall, like I'd say we're pretty open to playing with pretty much like any scene, even if it's something we don't necessarily like blend into. Because I feel like even with that, like, although our music is pretty like intense, like there's something that anyone can find in that, even if they're not into that music necessarily.
But all right. So listen to the lyrics. You hear that? Find you, please. I will buy you a one-way ticket on Business Plus Express on Virgin Airlines to come over here and play some music. Please rap over them. Would y'all do any collabs with any rappers? No, okay.
So you're talking about yourself?
Me, I'm just like, yo, skip it. I'm like the Scatman Jr. here.
Yes.
That's how I warm up. I scat.
Oh my god, that's such a good warm up, like breathing exercise into scatting into the.
But like,
they're not even lying though. They're just like,
oh my god. So it's like it's like really like mellow, like decaf scatting or something.
Yeah,
like,
Connor will be like, I'm working on your tone. Can you just talk into the microphone? And I'm like, boobity bop beep bop boop boop.
Okay, jazz singer Lady Gaga. Damn.
And then we go into recording and it's like straight just screaming. So it's a fun time.
Dude, that would be such a cute change up. It's just like a cover like skitty bad bad. Yeah, it's easy.
That's the
y'all do any pig squills?
We're gonna do that live.
It. Honestly, do y'all like do y'all fuck with the distorted like vocals or like adding effects to the mic like in live situations?
I would say overall we're probably gonna go towards that route, because at least in the recordings we have for this album, which are gonna be mostly what we're trying to play live, there's overall just like a slight reverb on the vocals and nothing too extreme past that, but it's like I wouldn't want the recordings for it to have that effect, and then live it kind of doesn't have that same tone being like carried over.
Dry. Dude, that's a tough thing with like live performances, because I was kind of thinking about that, like the difference between different venues and like who's on the soundboard, the sound person and everything, and like how they mix it. And I know it's like different for every band, but like honestly, there's some bad ears out there, not gonna lie. Like especially for
it's
like,
true.
It's like, oh man, like I would love to hop on like a backyard show and do the mixing for it, because I'm like, I just want to sound check every band, so it could be like
there's
You could hear
so
the
many
lyrics.
backyard shows that need someone doing that. So please start doing it.
It's like, bro, like honestly, sometimes just get like a church band, put a like drum shell on that, because yo, tune your toms, bro. Honestly, put a Tempur-Pedic in that bass drum, because that's thumpy. Yeah, but honestly, like that's another thing. Like I love effects and I love that recording sound, bringing it into the live setting, because like it, like you said, like it would lose something if you like take the reverb out or like make it dry. And it's like the performance is like, yeah, it doesn't have to sound like the recording, obviously, like, but it's the energy behind it and like kind of sounding similar to that,
Right.
with like visual, performance energy. And that leads me to another question. Do y'all fuck with like music video kind of things, or like that aesthetic, or would you kind of like want to be more of a performing group or more of a recording, like I was gonna say ensemble, like a choir or some shit.
It's a little quartet.
Like a quartet, like it's like a barbershop quartet or some shit.
Just a metal barbershop quartet.
Yo, don't even play with me right now. That'd be sick, dude. It's like Kiss, but like they're like makeup and everything, but they're like not spandex suspenders.
No spandex.
Spandex suspenders, fishnets under. Hey,
Fuck, they give them speedos too.
Ooh, like pleather. Nice.
Yes, with little studs on them.
Little latex. Oh my god, this is a little kinky now. Oh, ooh. You know what? Oh god, this is god. So, would y'all want to do like more of the performance side or like the recording side of this project?
Say definitely somewhere in between, because like even like we have a lot of ideas planned for music videos and stuff like that. Like we're always trying to like put down small storyboards of just like ideas and different stuff that we want to eventually like try to do and like put as a visual aspect to a lot of the songs.
I like that a lot. I like it, because there's like energy already, like how excited you are, and like I listen to that track. Okay, so like that's the thing. I'm like, yeah, I feel like it would be a whole what's the word? Hoot and holler. That's the word. Okay, I don't know why I lost it for the longest time. Like a hoot and holler for like a live performance energy. But then that's what I was gonna also ask: is it limited to both of you two, or like are you thinking about bringing anyone into it, or like a actual like band ensemble thing, or how would you like to approach like the evolution, including more folks in it, or like kind of like inviting different artists to collaborate, or just like forming like a bigger group in itself?
Me? Okay. We're all like pointing at each other who's gonna talk.
You go for it.
Yeah, we definitely, we're just two people, so we need other people to play with us if they're down. And as for collaborating, we actually are collabing with somebody on one of the songs on the album, so that's fun.
That's a little somebody there, a little secret.
Yeah, just a little somebody.
Little, I see.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're little, yeah, I love them. If y'all know out there, y'all are going to find,
yeah.
Easy. So with this collaboration, is it going to be more of a regular thing with like kind of like bringing people in, kind of like featuring kind of thing, like Pitbull?
Yeah, definitely as much as possible.
Sick. That would be sick. And then from here on, like I know it's like very extensive, like like it has to come out first. Oh, that's another thing. Like, is it going to be on like a streaming service thing? How do you want to drop this?
It's going to be on pretty much every streaming.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. All right. So it's like be limited to like Bandcamp or something. Yeah.
Yeah. We're dropping the whole thing on when?
Okay, so we're doing 2 singles first to get a little taste, and then the album comes out afterwards.
Ooh, okay.
Should we just say the dates? Does it matter?
I feel like we might as well.
Okay, so the first song is going to come out on June 25th. Woo. And then the second one, July 18th. And then the full album will be out August 1st.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good little timeline right there. So June, July, August.
Yeah.
Got 3 months to prep it.
Yeah.
Everyone needs 3 months to remember all the lyrics, all the sounds, to learn it, and TikTok all the covers. You got to cover your little guitar, your little Fender Squier from Target, your little first act guitar, and then you got to send it to them. You got to send it both their way. Tag them both.
None of it can come out until we have choreographed TikTok dances. Yeah. So that's like pretty much the It's the deciding
have
factor
haters,
on a lot of things.
Do you think people are going to gatekeep?
I don't know.
I don't
Like,
think
In
I listened to it
in
first.
what way?
I listened to this first, and like no one else, like a big fan. If you don't recall the date that this dropped, you just can't believe. Oh, what's the name of the project, by the way? I'm so sorry.
We
like the
didn't-
band.
Yeah, we didn't even say the name.
Yeah, that's what I was. I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
We keep on saying it's so like vague. And ambiguous.
Like
It's like,
the project.
what's the project? The project.
Project.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna gatekeep the name. No, I'm kidding.
God, it's like it's every time we say, I'm just gonna be like, yeah. So you're working on yeah.
Exactly.
So what's the name of it?
It's called Through Dying Eyes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What was that?
It's Through Dying Eyes.
Through like THRU, like
Yeah.
drive through.
No.
Dang. You said yeah first, so that cancels out. Easy, baby. The first thing you say on this podcast is always going to be the true thing. I'm actually going to edit everything else you say, so it's just the most problematic sentence you could ever do. Almost like those threatening, newspaper
Yes.
clippings where they're like, I'm going to like find you or something, but it's just going to be like clips of you saying stuff until it's just like, I love Dick Cheney and the CIA and everything they did with waterboarding. Great fan. So I need y'all to say a script for me so I could edit out every word. So it's like every syllable. Can't just I hate the gays. Happy Pride.
Yes. What do you
That's so
think
sorry.
you could make just with what we've said so far? Like, what do you think
Oh,
is the worst
so
thing
many.
you can make out of what we've already said?
I think like the sounds, like mostly they're like,
Stop
So
making
that's
fun of
just
the
like
way I
gays.
laugh.
so it's just like that. It's just like, so like I'll combine that with like, get, and then, what else did you say? You said high. So it could be like, oh, you said acid. So it's like drop acid on the gays. It could be, there's so many things to say. Oh my God. So it's mostly like, oh my God, y'all hate the gays.
No.
That's only Luna.
What? No.
I can't believe it. So with the name of the album, that's like hard change. I was just like, so with the name of the album, what inspired the name of it? Because that's almost like the hardest thing to come up with to me because I'm illiterate. The names of like the songs, the name of the project, the name of like anything. It's like a caption and it's kind of like affirming what it means to you. Like, how do you kind of come up with that? Or where did it kind of like derive from?
For the name of the band or the album? Or both?
Let's do the name of the band and then like the name of the album.
Okay, if I'm being completely honest, I was just getting out of like a band that I absolutely hated and was like, I'm gonna start a new band and a new cool name.
Easy.
And so I looked at like my former guitar teacher's band old songs and I just took one of his song titles.
Oh man! Oh, Through Dying Eyes.
Little
Right?
homage to my teacher.
That's sick. Okay, all right. So it's like, oh, you know what? You inspired me. You taught me how to play guitar.
Yeah.
I need to bring it back. And y'all make it big. And the guitar teacher is like, huh? What the?
He's like, yeah, I
So-
did that.
Like, I can't monetize. I don't get royalties. You're like, "You fucker, you can't. Only for Pitbull, because Pitbull's featured on every single album. Everyone, y'all know it.
Is on our album.
You hear that, everyone? Pitbull is the name of the new band. Through Pitbull's eyes. So how about the name of the
Pitbull's
album?
Dying Eyes.
Through Pitbull. Oh my God! It's just like, oh my God! Like Pitbull's just dies. Like, God, Pitbull's out of here. He's dead.
Who else was the other feature? Lil Jon?
Oh my God! Little John's everywhere. You know it. He's just. Oh gosh. Don't say his name in this podcast. It's cursed. Little. Oof. Be careful with that one. You summon him. Lil John's like.
Is that
I'm
the
here.
is that the podcast trigger word?
Honestly, it could be like there's a trigger word and then the safe word. So like the trigger word's Lil Jon, and he just apparates to the guests and then destroys them after the podcast, like a shadow person.
Don't break
gonna
the
shadow
illusion
ban
of
you
the
from-
safe word, though.
No, Connor, you're shadow banned from the podcast from now on. Honestly, you're out of here, bro. I hate it. Lil Jon's
I'm
gonna get rid of you. He's
sorry.
gonna correct you.
The
So with
illusion.
how I'm sorry, it's conjoined. Well, how about the name of the album? I'm very interested in like the kind of like the process with forming it and everything, because we already talked about how the songs kind of like go in chronological order of how you wrote them and everything. How about the name of the album and like how it was compiled?
To be honest, I was just like, what's something edgy and like would probably piss people off? but not really. And so I thought about how the like shortest line in the Bible is Jesus wept, right? And so I just kind of changed it a little bit, and so the name of the album is She Wept.
Ooh, Schwept?
Schwept.
Yeah.
Schwept. She wept.
Yeah.
Why was she weeping?
Well,
I see. So it's a very emotionally fueled, and like I feel like that, like with weeping, it's such a strong action and like emotion. It's not like from crying or like, you know, oh, they were bummed out. Oh, just shut the fuck up. Bummed out. Get out of here. Weeping it reminds me of like that scene of like Hereditary where like the, you know, after like Charlie like gets fucking decapitated and like the mom's just like it's just wild.
That's how I felt.
That's like, yeah, it's like a literal tragedy of emotions, like hate, like betrayal, emotional distress. Like it's just a manic breakdown of emotions. And like it's kind of like suggesting like, was that part of the process of writing it? Like, was it kind of like fueled or inspired, I guess would not inspired, but like triggered by these emotional dips in your life or quarantine?
Like definitely, because I mean, just a lot of those songs were me trying to process, like instrumentally trying to process like the horrible trips that I had that put me in like a really dark place for a while, and like just trying to put those into more of a physical thing that I can understand, and like understand how to process how it made me feel at that time, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so like that, oh my God, I wish I could speak.
Same though.
Yeah. It's just like art has really, you know, like being a fellow artist, it's really more of a trigger, like hearing other people's sorrows, hearing them like weep through the music and everything, and like knowing that it influenced them so much more in a creative sense and like inspiration wise, especially like from the homies or people I know, like on a more personal level and more intimate setting. Y'all, I'm not saying I know everything. Actually, I do know everything about you. I know like kind of like where you live. I know like your intricacies.
You know a good bit.
No bit. I know quite a bit, but not a lot, not enough. And like it just knowing like, or being shown and revealed that like there's literal trauma that has been like had to be navigated, that's still being navigated, that's still influential to your growth. It's almost like a bittersweet moment. It's like, hey, like I could relate to that, but like I wish we didn't go through that. Like I wish we didn't have that to write about. I wish we were like ignorantly in a bliss of moments of like, hey, like let's Bruno Mars pop it. Let's pop some champagne and fucking like go in the bathtub and with Pitbull and like have a party. Like, nah, dude, we got trauma as fuck. Mental illness. And that's the other thing. It's like, do y'all see kind of like exploration with different emotions, or is it kind of like, are you just mad and sad? No, not that way, but like are there any ways to like kind of like inspire some kind of like introspection with your audience and with who you want to kind of like, yeah, I guess the audience, is that the only, I think that's the only way to say it. Yeah. Like the people the folks that you're hoping that it could reach. Is it more of like a understanding of where you're coming from? Is it kind of like a camaraderie of like, this is the trauma, these are the experiences that we all have unfortunately faced? Or is it kind of like inspiring that like, hey, like these things are fucked up and like we shouldn't be doing this to each other, we shouldn't be standing for this kind of pain, we shouldn't be looking for these patterns in people, we should draw away from that? Or what kind of message would you think, or would you say that your album, your project, Through Dying Eyes really projects out there?
Well, I think it's probably like, I don't know, a healthy amount of both throughout the album, just because I know there's like certain songs that we have that are like, oh, damn, this is really shitty. And I know like a handful of people that went through this, and there's probably more. And I'm writing this song, so maybe if somebody hears it, they realize that like other people go through this too, and they'll be kind of like soothed at the idea that somebody else has gone through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's other songs where I'm like, this is fucked. Like, that's literally it. It's
Yeah, it's like
To say the
think
least.
today I will- I'm sorry, Connor. What were you saying?
Oh, I just said, yeah, to say the least. Some,
Oh, to
some
say
are
the-
fucked.
I like that. I'm keeping that in, baby. I honestly like I kind of like, I love like the camaraderie and like coming together of like knowing that people have like been combazzled, been betrayed by someone that they could trust. Like, whoa, did I say I like that? My bad. Problematic philosophies here. That's problematic.
Are you sure you like it, Paul?
I don't like it at all. I'm just like, yeah, you're like, you got through a traumatic, abusive relationship. Me too. No. It's kind of like reassuring because then, like I said, like I know that there's someone out there that has experienced it that I could learn from. It's like, what were the red flags for you? Maybe I didn't see those within my own experience, you know, or like talking about it. It's just like, dang, like this is like a normalized thing in some way. Like people could just do it, or just like unknowingly hurting each other, because that's like a huge part of growth in like writing music. It's like, damn, sometimes the songs are about ourselves, about something, an instance that we put on someone else, or like an instance where like we felt like we weren't enough, or like we did too much for someone or offered too much, or maybe we were the villain in the situation, you know, which is so unfortunate. And like that's the thing with music, it makes me think about it on both sides and trying to play the devil's advocate of like, was I the one in the wrong? Is this song about me? You know, like these two strangers, maybe someone's like, damn, dude, I think I did what they're raging about. Like, I think I was the villain in that case. And do you think these songs, this set of music that y'all have compiled into an album for She Wept, do you think it's going to get to the person, the weeper, or is it going to get more to attacking the person that's a piece of shit that kind of like brought those instances to those people?
If anyone does have that feeling, like, you know, that they feel like they were like the instigator in something that's making someone like that upset, I feel like it shouldn't be taken as like an attack, more as like a realization, like this is how you made someone feel, like that. And that's kind of like all it is, you know? When
you feel like a song is just like straight up at you in the situation wise, or like I said, like, you know, in the, as the perpetrator, as the violent attacker of the emotions, as the cuck of the situations, it sucks, man. It's like, oh, man. Or if I hear this song, I'm like, dude, I feel like that's like my homie out there. Like that's my homie that did this to someone else. And I'm like, fuck, like that, you know, like that instance of like replaying something that happened. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna send this to this person and be like, yo, you like this song? This is about you. They're mad about
just a
you,
small
dude.
subliminal message towards them.
Exactly.
Like, hey.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I'm pretty sure your music is very flamboyant in the message of like, hey, I'm hurt, don't be a piece of shit. Basically, don't be a dick. Basically, this leads me to another question with it. Like, do you all have a favorite song or lyric or piece within the album that really stands out to you individually, that you really want people to maybe focus on to kind of like get a feeling of the whole dynamic of the band?
Well, for me personally, like my favorite song on the album is the one we were talking about earlier. That's 9 fucking minutes, just because I feel like it's hard for it to not be my favorite song, because like the instrumentals for writing it didn't take long. Like it happened really quick. The song itself was written pretty much just in one day. Mm-hmm. But it was like just like a taxing process to go through, really.
Dang, what was that like? It was like a whole day to like kind of like, oh man, to like put this 9-minute track together, because like with that, it's just like it's like nonstop. It's just like, how do you know when to end it, you know, in a way? Because it's like a jam session. It's like, how do you even like know when to kind of like stop, this is the chorus, this is like, how do you structure that basically?
Yeah, I feel like that's the hardest thing in songwriting too, is because like especially when you come to a point where it's like you're in a riff and you're like, oh yeah, like that like actually hits, you kind of don't want to stop playing it, you want to keep it going as long as you can, but you still need to have that like natural ending to it. And it is kind of difficult, but I feel like most of the time it kind of comes naturally. Like you just after listening to it for a while, like you get a sense of where it needs to end, because like even in that, I'm pretty sure I cut a good amount of the song out of it that was even there as well.
Oh dang, what'd you cut out? Like, is it like guitar solo heavy, or like kind of like, how's it kind of like flow with that kind of like piece?
How would you even describe it? I don't know.
It's like, for that song specifically, it's like, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's something like a 3-minute first song, if you will, with like a minute and a half maybe interlude, and then the ending of it is the second half of the song, I guess.
Okay.
But I don't know how like Connor did it so perfectly. Literally everything just flows so well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was just a wild process, that's for sure.
I like that. Y'all would probably hate like recording music in the 70s where like the sound person's like, damn, this song's going so long. They're just jamming. They just slowly start turning down to the mic. It's like,
that's how they get that natural fade out though, so it works out.
Dude, honestly, like the natural fade out, it's like, yeah, it's cool as a crossfade for like a record and stuff, but like, dude, imagine you're like a first time staying in as like, you know, tenor saxophone player or like a guitarist, and then you're like, Ma, you gotta listen to this. I play like, I rip a solo at the end after Santana, and then it just starts fading out. Yeah, like it starts fading out right when you start coming in. You're like honk, you're like, and then that's it. You only get like 3 notes, and I'm like, I would hate that because that happens so much. That's why they have B-sides. Oh, y'all ever interested in like B-sides and like singles? Because you said like you have a strategy to release it with 3 singles leading up to the album release, right? Would y'all think about doing like singles or like EPs after the release, or do you have anything that kind of expands on the album?
I feel like for right now, we're kind of just focusing more on getting it all finished and not trying to focus too much on future writing at the moment, because definitely with this, we've spent almost 2 years now on it, so it's like we've been writing a lot, and so in that, like, I don't want us to get stuck kind of like in a habit of writing, so I feel like taking the time to just like get these songs perfected will kind of give us a chance to like go at it fresh once it's fully out and all of that, you know?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, especially because like right before this, we were kind of recording an EP at the same time as the album. And then we released the EP and then started working on the album again. And then we were like, nah, let's release some covers. And so it was just very like, we didn't have a break between 2 other releases. So.
Dang, so it's like nonstop. It's just bangers after bangers and stuff. I see.
Hopefully they're bangers, Dad.
Damn. Oh, you gotta say they're bangers in some way. Like you got emotionally fueled songs out there that has to bang. There's no other way to get around it.
Yeah.
Unless you bang something. Unless you bang the drum.
I don't know, like, what positivity just went into us or whatever, but we're just very like, damn, all 15 of these songs are good. Like, who's not gonna like them?
That's good. Knock, dang. All right. Oh my God. Where did the energy come from? Like in quarantine, like I know, like it was like I gotta make something, I gotta create something. Like everyone's doing shit. There's like that anxiety with it and stuff like that. But let's talk about the roadblocks for a little bit. The roadblocks to creative ruts. The roadblocks.
Oh, the roadblocks. I thought you said Roblox. I was like, we talking Roblox now?
Roblox. Oh God. Y'all ever get that, or like, was there a point of the project where you're like kind of like stumped, kind of like, dang, I don't know where to take this, I don't know where to lead this, or any factors or kind of symptoms of like the imposter syndrome of thinking like this isn't it, like this isn't the album we want to kind of go with, like this, we don't know where to go with this one. What challenges arose from making this album and kind of like the process of taking it to August with the potential release of it?
Honestly, I would say it, for the most part, actually went surprisingly smoothly. Like, we didn't really have too many things that like really held us up on anything for the most part.
No, I would just say lyrics on my end, because it's so hard to like just, you can't pull lyrics out of your ass, you know? Like it has to,
but whatever,
mean something and go with the songs and all that. And so I don't want to just like write down a bunch of random stuff that's gonna sound bad. Like I want to be proud of it. So that's
okay, so like that's the thing, like with the lyrics, Okay, honestly, that's the hardest part. Like, you know how I said, like, you know, naming the albums, naming the songs? No. Lyrics, how do you stay on like focus with like the subject of the song? How do you know like when to kind of like divide it into like from a poem to like what's it called? Dang, I forgot what it's called. Not stanzas and everything, but you know, like the chorus. Like, how do you know when to divide in, like when you're getting off topic with the song, or like how to extend it and how to like write more about with it? As a lyricist, like how do you put that into music?
I don't know.
Because that's so hard.
Honestly,
like,
I just write.
You know?
I just write like poetry, and then I'll kind of. Oh goodness.
I love it.
I'll write like just poetry, and then I'll see if it fits with whatever instrumentals Connor comes up with, and then I'm like, hey, it fits.
hey, if it fits, it ships.
Yeah.
Honestly,
exactly.
that's it. It's wild because like it's so good that like, y'all are really excited about this and really excited about like the 15 songs with lyrics that fit and everything. I'm like, dude, that's impressive. That is God tier. That's it. That's how you do it. If you knew two musicians that are gods, here they are. Deities in distress, baby. That's a band. Deities in distress. No, okay, that's not bad at all. That would be a horrible name for a band.
It'd be a take.
It would be like that. Maybe that's like a name of a song or like an album. I don't think it's like band worthy or anything like that. Okay, so dream lineup now. Like we talked about like a lineup of like, you know, fitting into genres. What's the dream stage or like I guess like venue with like your favorite bands? Who would the lineup be with for like 3 bands to play with you?
If I'm
in
being
all
honest,
history.
In all history?
In all history, you had no limits.
That's too hard. I just want to play with the homies. I don't really have like, I don't know. I try to stay humble with that and not be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play with Metallica. Like,
say what you want to say. Say it with your chest.
You good?
Say it.
No, I just want to play with homies. I don't care. Anybody, anywhere. I just want to play a show.
But now you have to pick 3 bands. Someone has
This is the hypothetical show.
They have an RPG pointed at you, and they're like, "I will destroy everything you love. I'm gonna take it like absolute like rocket to your whole project if you don't play with your favorite bands right now." You have your equipment set up at the stage. Who are the 3 bands that are gonna like open up for you?
That would open for us? Oh my god.
Yes,
Why is that so loud?
Who would open for us?
So much
Connor?
chaos is happening.
I don't know. I feel like we should be opening for anyone.
Literally.
Not my universe, baby. No, they're kind of like what's it called? They're like not CGI, but they're like holograms.
Hologram bands?
Like, you know,
So we can have Hatsune Miku?
No, literally anyone. Like in history, you can have fucking Mozart.
Anyone in history. Okay, you know who's opening for us?
Who?
Ash Nico.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
who's that?
Yes,
That's all
it.
I can think of. It's
That's
just
it.
us and Ash Nico.
Oh my god! Oh, collaboration thing. Oh my god! And the Pitbulls after.
The dream.
I'm down.
Dang, actually.
I think they like metal music, so
Oh, her?
yeah.
I feel like musicians are very open to like almost like everything. Like they don't discriminate against music. They discriminate against like other people and like gays and stuff. But like that's it.
Yeah.
Or,
They draw
like,
a line
enough of
at that.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've met a musician that's like, yeah, I would never like kind of like listen to this music or like not collaborate with another music. They just like wouldn't promote it, yeah. But like, I'm pretty sure they just like are freaks about everything. Little freaks with their playlists and shit like that. Weirdos. What's here's a random question. I'm gonna do like a what's it called speed round of questions for y'all. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, well, here it is. All right, speed round time. All right, so first question is, what's the weirdest song or weirdest artist that's completely out of the genre of what you listen to that could have influenced this song or project or album?
For me, weirdest artist, probably Colin Stetson, the dude who did the Hereditary soundtrack.
Her, okay, he likes a lot of saxophone and stuff like that.
Yeah, just that like super droney stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. All right. Dude's a weirdo. I see it.
Yes.
All right, Luna, who's your pick?
I don't know. Why are you asking hard questions?
This is a podcast. This is the
is
worst
the
podcast
life.
you could ever be on.
I don't know.
Anxiety music time. Here it is.
That's really hard. I don't know.
Can we get the Jeopardy music going during this?
I think I could. Hold on. It's gonna play an ad probably. Watch if I try to fucking pull it up right now.
Okay.
I'll cue it up.
Should I? Who? I'm an
I could
owl.
do it for like 10 hours. Who? An owl?
An owl?
Because it's like some people are like, yeah, I was listening to this country music and like that would be like an influence to like a lyric or something, like something random.
Okay, this is gonna sound so like out. It's so random.
I like it.
Okay, so I know our music sounds nothing like this, but I got on a weird Ariana Grande kick for a little while.
Heard. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like some like random.
But like,
it's like
her emotion, I was just like, damn, I gotta like put that emotion in there.
Exactly. It's like what influences like the emotion, the angst of someone, or like just the attitude of performance. You're like, dang, like when I saw them do something or like a live session, it's like, I want to like, I want to make something like that or make something that makes others feel like that. Even if it has like nothing to do with it, or it's like some kind of like, I don't know, some like, I always go back to country. I don't hate country. I love country music. Hate the folks, hate the country they're singing about, love the music. Or like some like Mongolian throat singing, because you can never get enough of that.
Yeah.
Never.
There's like a Mongolian throat singing metal band that
I've heard. They're fucking nuts.
Is that the one you showed me? Yeah, we just listened to them.
Bro, they're so good. They did the soundtrack for like the Star Wars game. It's sick. It's so good.
Their music's fucking wild.
Yeah, their music videos are so hard. They're like kind of like some kind of like a Braveheart shit going on. Fuck Mel Gibson though. All right, here's another question. Let's see. Now I have to actually think, because now I don't have the question because I just lost it. Y'all have a question for me? Maybe we could do a swap interview, like asking for like a pay raise. Y'all ever like experienced that? It's really awkward. Like performance review kind of thing going on. It's so awkward. I hate it.
How are you so like? How did you get into coffee? I know you're into coffee.
I drink it. Skin on. Y'all ever taste coffee? What's your favorite type of coffee?
I don't know. I'm just like, this is gonna sound so bad, but I like the taste of coffee, but I know nothing about it.
Oh, it's the coffee knows about you.
I know.
It enters the body, the bloodstream, and it's just like, oh, get me the fuck out of here. And that's why people shit so much on coffee. It's nature's laxative, baby. Easy. All right. Here's a question. Ready?
Yes.
What's something about your work that most people are familiar with? Most people are familiar about you with, like, you're musicians, they know what music you like, everything like that. But what's something that most people that know you wouldn't know about the album, about the influence of the album, about anything about the album? What's something that you're ready to show the world and like kind of put out there that was kind of like kept as kind of like a secret or a mystery within working on the album?
I don't know.
Maybe just that it's like so much heavier. I don't know.
Because like the older music we were working on was heavy as well, but I just feel like this is like a different kind.
A different kind of heavy.
Yeah, a different kind of heavy. I don't know. It's just built a little different.
Yo, it's built. It's like kind of like, what's it called? It's like it's on different metric system, dude. It's like grams to freaking kilometers or something. Some kind of like exchange like that. It's a weird one. All right, okay, I see it. Because you did mention that there's moments where y'all have either reflected on trauma or an experience. So do you think like those are all things that people know about, that know you, or I guess don't know about that, or they don't know about those experiences you've had, and like this kind of putting it out there is going to be the revealing moment of that experience, that pain or that trauma being revealed to that, the audience and like people and publicly?
Yeah, I would say for the most part, like it's a lot of stuff that we already kind of put like out in front. Like people, like we don't really hide who we are. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, who are you hiding from?
Yeah.
I love saying that. Like, we know, like, people when they post like making breakfast on close friends, I'm like, dude, who the fuck are you hiding from your breakfast? Why? Why?
Who do you not want to know that you're making breakfast?
Like, I get it if you're like doing like something saucy, like, oh, but like if you're like, I don't know, like walking your dog on close friends, it's like, bro, who are you hiding from? Like, I even like straight up ask people, I'm like, why is this on close friends? And I'm like some people are like, oh, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. I'm like, okay, whatever. Some people are like, my grandma follows me. I'm like, bro, you're eating breakfast. What are you gonna do? Like, oh, you whore! Why you eat breakfast this late in the day? It's 2 p.m. Get up at 4 and crop the field. Anyways, here's the next question. What advice would you give someone else or a group of people that kind of like don't have the motivation to kind of like, or the kind of like the I wouldn't say the intuition, but the inspiration, motivation, or even like the willingness to relive experiences, relive any trauma, relive any of those harvested feelings of a bad relationship or a bad instance in some way, or that anger. What kind of advice would you give them in a mentorship role to kind of like release the music, release their art?
At least for me, I know that like, okay, so some of the songs are like from Connor's experience, but I'm the one like doing it vocally, right? So that could even help. Even if you personally don't want to like say the words and like really relive it in that way, you can have your buddy do it. Or I don't know. Yeah. It's healing to, especially when you're screaming at the top of your lungs. It's healing.
Oh, true. Oh yeah, it is. I guess like when you feel when you're screaming into like the forest, like the wilderness or the beach.
Yeah.
Oh, it's cathartic, and it's like it's not therapy, but like damn, yeah, it's close to it.
It really is. It's just like a release of pent up energy.
Man, I love that release, and that's why I'm like vicariously living through artists, like their music and everything, and it affects me in such a more like deeper level because I'm like, damn, I fucking feel that. And I'm also like, it's really inspiring and really impressive that people could, like yourselves, could write music and kind of like form it into a beautiful, scary, like a mesh ball of kind of like it's like chicken wire and like it kind of stabs you, but you're like hot potatoing it. Yeah, easy. Here's another one. I can't read. Hold on, I gotta put my glasses on. I like wrote it down.
You're all good. We're dyslexic in this house.
Hey, we got the DDs out here. Dyslexic dimpos. Here it is. What are some like misunderstandings with I guess like heavier music and with this project, like that you kind of want to clarify and stuff? Because it's like it's angry in a way. It's like it gets a violent point across and everything. What are some misunderstandings or monikers that you kind of like want to either reinforce, restructure, or kind of break through to redefine like the project or like the music or the scene in some way?
I guess just if there's something that like you hear and it's offensive, think about it from like somebody from a point of they're trying to heal from something. Like if they had an angry, or if they had a bad relationship and someone's trying to heal from it, like don't just automatically be like, oh, well, they're like shit talking this person. Or if it's like a song talking about someone having a bad religious experience, it's not that they're shit talking the church or wherever. They're just talking about their experience and they're trying to heal from their own trauma versus just being like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah, they're like, you're a piece of shit. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Or why you mad? Why are you so mad? Why are you angry? Why are you on close friends? So is it kind of talking about more about the path of healing, or kind of like the drain of healing? Because like, dude, healing, growth, it hurts. Oh shit, is annoying and frustrating and irritating because it's like different every time. It's like, oh shit, this is not a cut, this is a wound. Or this isn't a wound, this is a burn. It's like different ways to approach it. Is it kind of like the stress and like kind of like the monotony of knowing you have to heal, but in itself it's kind of like a thing to procrastinate on? Like how do you kind of approach your process of healing individually and then trying to talk about it and navigate through it with this project?
I don't know. I feel like healing is like a really like it's not a linear experience. It kind of comes in waves a little bit. Like, you're gonna feel better some days about an experience that hurt you, but odds are in the next few days, like, you're gonna feel just as bad on like a moment's notice, which is like the remembering anything, you know, like,
right, just like that instant trigger.
Like, pain doesn't ever just go away necessarily.
Right, it's there to stay in some way. Like, yeah, there's little subtle reminders and like triggers and everything. Like, dang, like that. Like, if anything, like this would trigger like, man, I feel like it could trigger like that kind of like defiance to be heard again, which I like a lot. You know, like that's the emotion I'm getting from it. It's just like, dang, like I can't believe this happened to me. Like I'm never gonna let that happen. Like, I never want to feel that anger, like that hurt again, and like it pisses me off. But like, damn, I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna look at the Carfax. I'm gonna listen to the song again, so I kind of like don't get angry and like violently upset.
Hey, maybe you need to.
And that's the thing. That's like where the health, like in a healthy way, a healthy escape, you know, to everything. But with that, do y'all have any last words before I destroy you with the RPG? Because you couldn't answer my question. Any last,
Mom, Dad, I love you. I'm sorry.
I love you. I'm sorry. The problematic Paul killed me. It's like, yep, yeah, it was bound to happen. Everyone, it was written in the books. I mean, come on, easy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, overall, the only other thing that we'd have to bring up is just we got a single coming out June 25th, and it's gonna be there. New and improved shit, so
all streaming platforms. Easy find. Through Dying Eyes. Open your eyes. Just don't die. She Went is gonna be there. I mean, on your own time. Don't die on my watch, my corporate time. Because I love love capitalism, hate the gays. That's the motto of the podcast. Well, thank you all for joining. I don't have the sound for the bunker closing. Actually, wait, do I? Yes, I do. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me on this Doink Fest. It was a great, eventful time. I'm sorry that I don't know how to speak and ask questions because I like lose my train of thought. I lose like my notes. Shit. Well, I mean, this is your death note. That's it. Y'all about to die.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm super excited to like see the growth and the exchange of like all the reviews. And, you know, everyone has the feedback y'all get. Definitely cannot wait to kick someone's hat off, you know, in the pit to the song, you know. Maybe use my croc to fend off some people.
There's gonna be problems.
I'm gonna sue.
I'm gonna throw my croc like that one. I think it was like a representative or something, or like I don't know who it was, like from another country, threw a shoe at George Bush.
Just do it directly at my forehead, like a throwing knife.
Oh yeah. They just headbutt it back at me and just destroy me with it.
I feel like with the like consistency of a croc, it would just bounce back.
Oh, it would absolutely just bounce around the room like flubber or something. It would just like, and it would just like knock out everyone. It's like, oh my god, there's a sound for that. That's like, oh my god.
That's what John Wick is.
John Wick, he just needs a flubber.
He just needs a croc.
Oh my god, it's croc mode. There it is.
Give it a button, dial up.